All right, so I'm gonna run you through how you're going to want to set up your page and how you can use this to actually type music into your browser window, and this is going to end up being a PDF that you can save and then submit to me on Blackboard, and we will be ready to go. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go right up here to title. I'm going to push title. We're going to put this as our title. You're going to write MUSC 101 because that's the class we're in, and you're going to put WE1 because that's our section. So MUSC 101 WE1, E for Essex. You would put C if you were in Catonsville, and then you're just going to write in big letters GREATS, GREATS. There's the title of our masterpiece. MUSC 101 WE1 GREATS. So that's important. Then you're going to come over here to Composer. And this is where you're going to put your name, but you're not really just going to put any name. On this assignment, you're not going to put your name. Instead, you're just going to use your ID number. So you're going to click on Composer. I've got my cursor here. I'm going to click. And I'm going to write my ID number. Well, I'm not actually going to, but, I'm going to write one that looks something like it. So they all start with 900. It's a 9-digit number, starts with 900, and you'll have just a series of numbers. So 900, and then 6 more numbers. So you do not put your name on this, just your ID number. Just your ID number. I will know it's from you because you're going to submit it to me in a Blackboard message. But on the actual page, you're just going to put 900 whatever. It'll be 9 digits long, and it'll start with 900. That's your ID number. You don't need to worry about lyricist, subtitle. Don't worry about that. Just let it be. All right. So we've got the name of the page. We've got our ID number. We are ready to start putting things in. So this is where it's going to get a little specific. We just got to pay close attention to exactly how we need to do this assignment. So with your cursor, you're going to come on and you can see clicking all over the place does all kinds of funny things. You get everybody to blink, everybody to light up. We don't need to deal with most of any of this stuff. But here's what we're going to do. You're going to go right up here onto the treble clef, and you're going to click in this treble clef measure right here. So you're just going to click. And you can see it lights up, this funny box comes, and what we're going to do before we write anything in, on your keyboard, not your musical keyboard, on your computer keyboard, you're going to push Enter. And you can see it jumps some music down. What we're going to do is do that a couple times. So I'm going to go down here now, in the treble clef, going to push in this measure, I'm going to click in that measure highlights it, and I'm going to click Enter on my keyboard. Boom. We need to scroll down, and we're going to do that one more time. I'm going to come right here, found my treble clef, click in this measure, and I'm going to push Enter. Now we've got four different lines that we can work with, and we are actually only going to need to use 3 of them, but this way they're all spaced out nicely. So we've got the title, we've got our ID number, we've spaced the music out. Now we are ready to actually put some notes in. And this is where we're going to just use our knowledge of what's happening. So we're going to just practice. I'm going to slide over really quickly right now. And we're going to practice putting these chords into Noteflight because we found the dominant 7th chord in B flat, in A, and in E. We're going to practice putting those into Noteflight. Now, when you do this project, you're going to be putting the chords in the keys of C major, G major, and F major. But just to practice, we're going to do B flat, D, and E major. So the first one I'm going to do is B flat. And so what I can do is I can come over here, and there's a whole bunch of stuff I can do, but I'm going to want to write some words. So if we look in here, File doesn't give us much, Edit doesn't give us much that we need, Staff doesn't give me much, but if I go to score, I've got some options that deal with words. And we're going to go right here to performance text. We want anything that says text, because those are words. So here we go. I'm going to click performance text, and it's going to make something light up on the left. It's going to give me a place where I can write. Uh-oh. What happened was I was still on measure 3, and so it came here. So I'm going to say, whoopsie, I'm going to go back and click on number 1 on this. See how it says 1? I'm going to click 1 here. Go back to score, click performance text, and now it's there. And I'm going to write B flat major. And if I just sort of click anywhere, now it's just there. And I'm actually going to click on it and drag it to put it where I want. And I'm going to put it right here, because I'm going to write this chord right in here. So now it says B flat major, and I am ready to write my chord. So here we go. So let's go back and look at our notes, and we saw that in B flat, the chord we're going to build is F, A, C, E flat. F, A, C, E flat. So let's do it. So here we go. Back over here, and now I'm ready to put some notes in. So I'm going to click this measure, and until I click this measure, I can't put any notes in. But I click it, and I'm ready to go. So here's what we're going to do. In this box, we've got a million different options for things that we could do. We're going to need to go to the far right, right here, and I need to click this one. This is a whole rest, and it, for some reason, Noteflight wants me to click whole rest, but it's going to turn into a whole note. So I'm going to click that, and now I'm going to write the first note, which is F. And what do you know? It's a note. It's F. Now, so we saw I needed an F, which is my root. I needed a third, which is A. So I'm going to go right here, click the measure, and then put a note right on A. So I've got a root now. I've got a third. I'm going to click the measure again so that I can put a note in. I need my fifth, which is C. And then I'm going to click the measure again because I have one more note to put in. And it's going to be an E. Here's E. Click it, but we remember that it has to be E flat. So after I write the note, after I click the note onto the staff, then I can push flat, and it'll make it an E flat. You have to push flat after you've already clicked the note in. So I put F, then I put A, then I put C, then I put E, and then I click flat for E flat. And if I move this little guy out of the way by dragging it, this is our answer for B flat, because the dominant seventh chord in B flat happens on the fifth note of the scale. B flat, C, D, E flat, F, and there it is. So now I'm ready to go down to number 2 here, and I'm going to do the key of D major. So I'm going to click the staff. Whoopsie. I'm ready to go. I'm going to go to score, performance, text. I'm going to write D major, but I'm going to spell it right because that's important. So here you go, D major. I'm going to put it where I want it by clicking and dragging. I did it. Now I'm ready to put some notes in. So here we go. In D major, we saw, I'm going to go back to my notes, that the bottom note of my dominant seventh chord is A, because A is the 5th degree of the scale. So here we go. Click the measure to activate it, and I make sure that I've got the far right note clicked, which I do. I'm going to find an A, I'm going to click it, and now I'm ready to go. So I've got A, I need a C sharp. So I'm going to click the measure to activate it. Then I'm going to click where C should go. And then I'm going to come over and click sharp. So I only click sharp once I've put the note here. So I've got A as my root, C sharp as my third, click the measure to activate it. I'm going to come over. I need an E. Click E. And then I need one more note because I've got root third, fifth, A, C sharp, E. And the last note, click the measure to activate it, is G, which is the seventh of my chord, my dominant seventh chord. So I may be in D major, but my chord has A on the bottom because A is the fifth note of the scale. So there we go. So now I can scroll down, and I'm going to do this one more time. The measure is activated, so I'm going to go to score, performance text, and the last one we had here was, uh-oh, did I make a mistake? Let's try that again. Score, performance text. I'm going to write, what is happening? It doesn't love me. Let's try it one more time. All right, there we go. Now I can write E major, ready to go. So I can see this measure is highlighted. We saw that in E major, the note at the bottom of my dominant seventh chord is going to be B, because it's the fifth note of the scale. E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B. So here we go. Gonna put a B. Then I'm going to, ooh, so do you see the mistake I made? So let's learn how to fix this. I'm gonna backspace, get rid of it, go over here, pick the far right note, because that's the one I need, the whole rest, and then let's put B again. There we go. Now I need my third, which is D. Click the measure to activate. Click D, and it has to be D sharp. So after I've written it, come over, hit sharp. Then I need the next note, so activate it. It's an F, but it's an F sharp, so I write it. Then I click sharp, and that's my root third fifth. Last thing I need is my seventh, so I'm going to click the measure, and I am going to put an A, B, D sharp, F sharp, A. That's the dominant seventh chord in E major. So I've got three chords written in three different keys. I labeled the keys, B flat major, D major, E major. We can also see that I put the name of the class, MUSC 101 WE1 Greats, and I put my ID number. So I am ready to print this sucker. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to File, and I see I've got a lot of options. I can save it, which is good, so I'll save it here, and that's going to save this on the website, on the Noteflight website. So after you've registered, you've got your name and all that, it'll save any work you do here, which is pretty cool. But I don't need to save it on the website. I need to print this, and I need really to make this into a PDF. So I'm going to print it as a PDF. So go in File, I'm going to swing down here to Print, and I am going to make it happen. So depending on your computer, your browser, whatever, this part of the process might be a little different, but a lot of them are going to be similar. So this big dialog box is going to jump open. I can see my beautiful work over here, and I'm going to come over, and I need to make sure that it's not printing it to a printer, it's printing it as a PDF. So I'm going to go Change, and I've got all these options, and again, this might be different on your computer, but this is the way it works here in Google Chrome on a Mac. And I'm going to say Save as PDF because I need this as a computerized document. I don't need to really print this. I need it something that I can submit on Blackboard. So I've got Save as PDF. I'm going to go to Save. And then it's going to want to know where. I want to put it on my desktop. This seems like a pretty good title to me. So let's say Save. And let's go take a look at our document. Here it is. Looks pretty good to me. And so from here, you've got this on your computer. You can submit it via Blackboard, and that's how we're going to write our dominant seventh chords using Noteflight. Wonderful, wonderful.